And we back. You already know the drill. We're talking region basketball. Today I'll be talking about 4A, Taylor's area with the teams like Greer, Eastside, Riverside, those types of teams. And, just my predictions on how I feel like they will finish in region. This is the last collection of teams I'll be discussing and keeping up with throughout the season. And to start off with, this one, once again, very tough region to kind of decipher. I have Greer winning region champions. And this team, obviously, talked about them early in the season. Really tough team to beat, very deep team. They have all state guard like Amari Anderson, who's been hooping really well, had himself like a 30-point game a few weeks ago in a Christmas tournament. Mikey Williams being the explosive young guard that he is for them. Zane Valentine being the defensive yet offensive presence as well for them, really everywhere on the floor. Braden Lights holding down, or Braden Dura, sorry, Braden Dura holding down the paint as their big man. Braden Lights holding down the point guard position, just keeping everyone in check. Isaiah Henry being able to score another score for them, just knowing the game at a high level. Mylan Hames has come along as well, being an off the bench presence for them. And one of the guys that I feel like would be important for them in region, Mac Brown, bringing veteran leadership and just bringing energy off the bench as well, being able to shoot the ball. And lastly, Zay Anderson, another bench presence, really scrappy guard, defensive player as well. And that leads me to my next team being Riverside. And this is a team I feel like could also win the region championship. I know they lost Ryland earlier in the season and he won't be returning, but nonetheless, this team is very good. I mean, I believe they're 12-1 or around that record. Very solid record, led by senior Julian Turbe, who's been playing really well, I believe, for them. Drew Cannon, sharpshooter for them. Jack Sauer, another guard for them who can shoot the ball, score the ball, likes to take charges for them as well. Mikkel Skinner holding down the paint for them for the past 2 years. And the young role guys, I feel like, that are coming along for them, that have been very important for them for their success this season. Keon Knowles, off the bench guard for them. Sabi Boyugano, sorry if I mispronounced it. I saw he got a dunk yesterday or a few days ago against Gaffney. Saw the clip. I guess he's here. He's arrived. Reeves Gardner, another off the bench presence, may start for them. I'm not exactly sure. He knows the game really well, playing solid as a sophomore. And lastly, Adam Bach, junior big man for them. And this is a very scary team. I already talked about them early in the season, so you know the deal with them. Excited to see Greer and Riverside face off. As the third seed, I know, have a lot of hype around them because of the man himself, Justin Ray. I have Eastside coming in as the third seed with senior, obviously, Justin Ray playing well like always for them. Also have really good role players. Matthew Roberts can score the ball when needed. And I like to think of him as like a CJ McCollum type player. He might be the second option, but he's a very good second option. Hunter Wall, energy guy, takes a bunch of charges, attacks the rim. DJ Kelly at their point guard position, tries to keep everyone in check and, brings the ball up for them. And just overall, really solid point guard for the past, this would be his third year starting, I believe. Jaquavius Dodd as their big man holding down the paint for Eastside. Brandon Ray, solid off the bench presence, I've seen him, put up solid stats the last few weeks. So I think he's going to be an important role for them in region as well. Lastly, I got to mention Dustin Webb. I'm not exactly sure how he's being played at this point in the season, but I mean, another veteran guy who can really play. And nonetheless, he's got to be teaching the young guys something, if anything, out there. Not lastly, as the fourth seed, I believe this team will sneak into the playoffs, being Lawrence. I know, the last team that I'll be mentioning, Wade Hampton, really good last year, and Lawrence wasn't very good last year. I think Lawrence is not a horrible team. They've competed in a lot of their games this season, and I think they'll make a run for their money even against some of the top three teams. But I do have them at the fourth seed. Tyus Jones, junior guard / forward for them, junior forward for them. He's really athletic, plays with a ton of energy, and he's played really well this season, along with Martinez Shaw, who is another guard for them, playing solid for them. Tylen Fowler at point guard for them, leading their offense. Z Simpson, no, I haven't seen him play, but big freshman, their big man. and, excited to see how he does in region. And lastly, Mason Aiken, who's a guard for them. And the last team I'll be talking about, Wade Hampton, had a really tough season this year. I know they've lost some really superb seniors from last year, so that left them in kind of a difficult area. They still have Katie Owens as their senior point guard leading the way. Behind them, KJ Banks as another solid guard. And lastly, Allende Burnside being the forward/big man for them. Hopefully they can turn it around in region. They play hard, and I think they can, although I have them as the 5th seed, I think they can make a little, they can make a little push for the playoffs, I believe. But with all that being said, that was the last region projections I have. And best of luck to all these teams once again, and excited to see how they do, and I'll keep up with you. But nonetheless, this is Musa Marathi from the Get Boys podcast. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.